Shout out to Truther Hour Comedy for the merch. Yeah, in a world Productions. What up? What up? Love you, Witsit. You changed my worldview. Awesome. So, yeah, you see, we always get so many mixed reviews about the intro. It's like, I love this intro, best intro ever. Oh, the intro is so long. So, yeah. Just come back, bro. You got 5 minutes. I'll put a timer on there. All right, anyway, so tonight's stream is called Wrapped Up. And you can see in the thumbnail that it's got the rap highlighted. I did think about doing my little, like, play an instrumental beat and rap thing, but I didn't do it. It's whatever. I probably will at some point do that again just because so many people get triggered by it. It's like, are you trying to make me do it? So anyway, yeah, the stream is going to be about kind of like the rap industry and like the role rap plays in society, what all really goes on, what's glorified, why it's glorified. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy industry. And it's arguably, well, it's like the most popular genre in the world, pretty much, right? And it definitely has like the strongest cultural impact in the world. So I know a lot of people don't like rap or whatever, but like that's not really, the stream's not about whether or not you like rap. So I'll show you some of the stuff we got here. Now some of the videos, fair warning, it's gonna have weak words in it. Unfortunately. But yeah, I don't have I could try to time out like a beep function on my audio mixer. I'm obviously not going to be doing that. So just to kind of give you an idea of where we're going to start off here. Let's come over here. It's your boy Ye.
We can kill 5 people, we could kill 10 people and still be in the media as long as we play by the rules, right? Because what will happen is any of these guys that have talked about killing people and different things, they can still go and say, hey, we need you to talk shit about Ye. And also, if you do want to vote for Trump or vote outside of what this arrangement is, then we're going to put you in jail. We have this on you. If I had ever killed someone, if I wasn't the bitch with the pink polo on, I wouldn't be able to be the vocal man that I am today. You understand what I'm saying? This is the reason why I'm happy that my gangster disciple brothers kept me from the initiations, which made me feel like a pussy my whole life. But now I am someone who legally can say this. Other people in my position, they legally cannot speak. They legally cannot speak, or they will go to prison. We can kill 5 people, we could kill 10 people and still be in the media as.
So yeah, and I definitely believe that for sure. Yo, what's your opinion on Andrew? Andrew who? Oh, Andrew Tate. I think Andrew Tate is pretty funny. I think he says a lot of stuff that's true, and I still don't think he's even close to what anyone would call a role model. I think that he's missing on a lot of angles, but yeah, I think he gets really popular. He got really popular because he's speaking some truths that are desperately needed to be heard at this point in time, like telling men to be strong and be men and understand the natural hierarchy of men and women and stuff like that. So. I heard him take a couple shots at FE though. You chill out, bro. So, something else I'm going to show you guys. What's crazy is like I saw someone say, "Yeah, I still listen to some rap, but I agree it's really toxic." A lot of rap is toxic, but honestly, if you've ever heard like a really good like conscious rap song that's got like lots of truth in it, then you know it's a very efficient way to spread information. It's just you don't get heard if you speak like that. So A select few group of people own the music industry. I don't know if you guys were aware.
Killed it.
Here, I'll show you guys this one too. How dare you? I'm gonna have to mute the beginning of this one and I'll tell you what he's saying. So he's saying, I'm gonna kill this.
I'ma kill this nigga. I'ma kill this nigga. That's the real anti-Semitic shit that the Jewish people get paid off of.
The most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
You don't think that's hypocritical though? You're saying
It's opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Now let me little Apple move. Let me on Apple. Kill this nigga.
So yeah, as a Jewish executive, music executive, and it's a pretty simple formula, right? So they put people in front of the youth that promote murdering people. And I'm going to talk through some of it. This is going to be one of those streams that it's got specific people in it and stuff like that. So, I don't support any type of idolizing people or anything like that, but I want to make a point here because I know some younger people are looking at this channel now, and the truth is, rap is very influential, and it's way darker than you may think. Way darker. I'll cover some of the just basic parts here, just like Kanye saying, you have to kill someone, you have to basically agree to have someone killed. Sometimes they kill someone to traumatize and control you. For you to really be popular. That way you push what you have to push, or you get canceled, you get put in prison, just like Kanye's saying. Or gay, right, whatever. You want a super funny BB Kanye clip? Sure, why not? And the reason this is important is it's the most influential genre, hands down. I don't care what anyone's got to say about it. It's just objective. And something else you have to do is you have to do behind the scenes gay stuff. Last night's stream was a real blessing. Sign up for Patreon people. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, we had the Patreon only stream last night. That was super cool. It was dope. Let's come over here. Here's something else Ye's been saying.
They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? That I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Now in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control trauma. They could control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They could control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you.
Send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody.
That's not even the one where he literally talks about it. My goodness. Goodness.
Try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you.
But like, why you? It's up. Oh, as opposed. Okay.
But the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slights from nobody. Right? I ain't taking no slights from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still Forbes, who hate me, right?
Okay, you guys get it now. What's crazy is when you get into this rap industry where it's like, it's very influential. There are crazy conspiracies in the rap industry that seem to be very true. And just the music industry as a whole. The reason that I call the stream wrapped up is they get wrapped up into this situation where they really can't say anything. Now, whether or not Ye's like doing this for whatever reason or who knows, you know. I mean, Owen said he talks to him and he's legit. I don't know. It doesn't matter, really, to be honest. Because what he's saying is true. And that's really all that matters is what's going on. You have a world of very rich, powerful people that rap about doing drugs, being suicidal, and killing people. And it is incredibly popular, and it's like very influential in culture. It's like, you know, let's just, I mean, the number one thing plaguing the black community is they murder each other at an astounding rate. So like more than half of black babies aren't born because they're murdered via abortion, which there are literal rap songs now out about this. My point is, if they ever, whatever agenda they want to push, it's going to be in the rap music. It's the most influential music in the world. Like leads culture. It's not even close. You know, you got what, like pop and stuff coming up behind it. So there's like actual songs about abortion. The rap is so disgusting in 2022. It's like laughable, bro. And it is these executives that push it. And so what they do a few things. And I actually, there's info from like insiders, right? That they try to make you do something gay. So they'll pull you up, like pick you up, and they try to get you to do something gay. Or they try to get you drunk or something, get you on tape doing something gay. Or they try to make sure you, like, get you caught killing somebody, then they got you forever. Actually, it looks like Eazy-E. So they told everyone Eazy-E had HIV. And from my understanding, he was actually the only one in the group that didn't do something gay where they could use it against him, right? Where if you step out of line, they just pull out this info on you where it's like, oh yeah, this dude's such a gangster, check it out, basically. And then they have them murder people. How dare you eat pineapples on your live stream? I know from personal experience, this is the social norm. It's predominant within the black community, where it's like you got, let's just use these statistics. Some say they're a little off. About 13% of America being black, allegedly. You got half of that being male, and you got about half of that between the ages of like, maybe it's like 16 to 25 or something. So like 3%. Committing over 50% of the murders. And of course, tons of the murders go unsolved. And it's like cool to kill people. If you're not killing someone, then you're considered soft. And then what happens is these rappers end up dying. End up getting shot. in gang violence or whatever. And then what happens? They get glorified. So I'm going to give you an example right here. And we're going to get into some of the conspiracies within the rap world.
So check this out. King Von's murder continues to make headlines as the pieces of the puzzle fall into place. The Chicago-born rapper was shot and killed outside of Atlanta's Monaco Hookah Lounge on November 6th following a reported brawl with Quando Rondo and his crew. In newly surfaced surveillance video, a large group of people are gathered outside of the hookah bar when Von, dressed in all white, saunters up to another man who appears to be Quando and punches him square in the face. From there, chaos ensues and gunshots ring out just moments later. Two off-duty police officers who were working security at the hookah bar and another on-duty police officer who was also working nearby attempted to intervene and began firing their weapons. As Von's manager and 100K Management Senior Vice President Jameson Francois explained, those shots that was fired from the individuals that shot Von and myself was the only shots fired from those individuals. Every other shot was coming from authorities. They started shooting everywhere. So when you see everybody taking cover, they wasn't taking cover.
Okay, so this rapper right here, his name is King Von. All right. This will sum it all up pretty much. The reason this is important is because there's a lot of people that are they're the super truthers, and they're really actually selfish, and they don't really care about what's going on around them, and they make fun of this, and they just ignore it, and they're like. The reason I did decide to talk about it is, for one, there's some pretty juicy like conspiracies within it that we'll cover, but it's like actually pretty important. Because there are young children that are listening to this, and of all races, of all ages, both male and female, men and women, right? Like being brainwashed with this idea. Now, this rapper right here, he notoriously bragged about murdering people, went to different places. He went to prison or went to court at one point. He had been in prison before, was in court at one point facing murder charges. He got off because all the witnesses died. Okay, they actually are killing people. A lot of people like to say they don't actually kill people. They do. They definitely do. So you got this rapper here, Young Thug, who clearly they had dirt on this guy because, I mean, he just came out, he's just wearing... Here, maybe this guy will talk about it here. I'll find a couple good videos for you. But so King Von, he goes and kills. He brags about killing people. He said he had killed 12 people or more. He like every song is like, oh, we're gonna creep up on the ops, drive by, blah 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 blah. And then so he just brags about murdering people. He's actually being charged with murder. Then all the witnesses come up being murdered, so he gets off. He's like actually killing people, bragging about it. Then he dies. And they're like, oh, King Von. Oh, King Von's got his wings. Oh, R.I.P. King Von. So sad we're losing. Black men deserve to grow old. Black men deserve to grow old. Well, it's so sad. Dude, he's murdering people, bragging about murdering people, and then he ends up getting shot. And he's not some saint that died. You know what I'm saying? He was murdering people, bro. Right, so then Young Thug, another rapper in Atlanta, just got picked up on RICO charges because he's been putting hits out on all kinds of people, and then now everyone's snitching on him within his group, and he's getting caught, and he's they said he's tied to like 50 murders. Now, it's this crazy, weird, demonic spell where these people think it's cool to look up to these rappers that are murdering people, go around where they can't even really shoot a gun. They don't even know how to shoot a gun, right? And they carry it from a young age, and they just start shooting it sideways at everybody, just shooting it all around, hitting little kids. It's like, it's crazy because the grabblers are getting paid off this, and they want to promote this. And then you have like one guy that's black come out and be like, look, I'm living from inside this. And, you know, like what you're doing is making them money, and they're setting you up to do it. And he's the bad guy. So let me play this for you. because then we're going to get into it. It's like these people, they're given like this, they're given quite a bit of power in this area right here. So we're going to cover like Drake and the conspiracies going on with him. And then you have a bunch of them like end up like faking their death and getting out as they just went crazy. And then like I fell for this when I was young, bro. That's why I know it's a big deal. Because there's so many layers to it where it's like a lot of like kind of nerdy white guys, they don't actually understand the culture. They don't understand like a lot of the in and outs. And so they just group it together one way. And then people get trapped in it from the other side that do understand it, but then like get tricked. It's like I used to think Tupac was cool. And then honestly, when I was real young, I just thought it was cool to say that Tupac was my favorite rapper and to think Tupac was cool and to wear Tupac on my shirt and stuff like that. And like, it's not. Tupac bragged about killing people. Oh, he was so woke because he said that rich people run things. He murdered people and said it was cool. Anyway, what the point is that the grabblers promote, they were like, push out the violence, push it. We need the peasants to keep killing each other and keep filling up our private prisons. Push out the mental illnesses, you know what I'm saying? Then push out the drug addictions because we own big pharma. So we get paid off everything that you're doing. Oh, are you trying to like talk about flat earth or something? You're not going to get signed to this label. No, you only talk about murdering people. We'll get kicked off of YouTube. This is an overarching stream. Most people may already know these are basic things, but it's like, this is where we are in the world today, where I cannot talk about like the people that run the media or the bank, or they'll try to kick my channel off. I can't talk about where we live and how they lie about where we live. I'm heavily suppressed and censored and constantly get censored additionally to that. You can't talk about the wars and what really goes on. They try to censor you. You can't talk about really speak out against Big Pharma. They try to censor you. You try to talk about any real truth that's important, you get censored. Anything. Oh, you don't want to get genetically modified, and they're trying to force, coerce people into injecting something. You get censored. But if you make constant videos and songs about literally murdering people, you're good. You get propped up in the algorithm. You're good to go. Okay, so we'll play this right here. This guy kind of breaks it down. And so all these people are coming at him. They're so mad at this guy right now because he's talking about this. I mean, this is sad. It's honestly sad because of like the black community wants to cry so much about being held down by the white man. No, the grabbler is setting you up and making you promote crime and do drugs and become addicted and fill up private prisons and then kill each other, and then you wonder why you're not progressing, and then incentivizing being ratchet, running around, sleeping with everybody, like having 15 different baby daddies, murdering your baby every chance that you get, and you wonder why the community isn't progressing.
I feel that King Von was evil.
Man, they just came and said the man done killed 4 people. And he bragged about it. He never showed no remorse for his murder. I once told my brother, my brother got 114 years for a murder he committed when he was 17 years old. I told that nigga 15 years ago, nigga, God ain't gonna never let you out of prison. Cause you ain't got no remorse for what you did. If nothing else, nigga, you gotta have remorse for that nigga mama, his family. My brother finally made parole, but that nigga talking, he got some remorse. It took 30-some years though. So you mean to tell me, nigga, these niggas running around here killing, and they killing black people? And they ain't got no remorse, and y'all don't find them evil? Nigga, I went to jail for killing a white man. I ain't never shot a gun at a black person. I ain't never kicked a nigga when he was down on the ground. Get up, nigga, let's finish. Nah, I come from a different era, homie.
Honestly, like, it's still, like, why you talk like that, bro? Like, I'm sorry, bro. It's just, like, you don't get that they're tricking you. And this, bro, you can get triggered if you want to, bro. Like, people get mad. I say bro a lot. Like, I don't have a problem with slang. I don't think that slang is bad. But if everything you say has to be 1 to 2 syllables max, and it's just like, you have like a word that you integrate every couple words, and you can't, like, it's like they're dumbing you down. You can't read cursive. You can't write in cursive. You couldn't understand physics if you sat down and tried to read it. You couldn't even read a book. You never read a book. You can't communicate effectively. You don't know how to actually defend yourself. You shoot your gun the wrong way. Like, you get addicted to drugs and you just stay on this low vibration where you constantly just die at a young age and they keep cycling you through. it's just so sad. It's so sad, dude. Like I like rap. I used to say rap is like it is like the purest form of poetry in a way, because it can be so powerful and efficient, and in 3 minutes you can change someone's life and stuff like that. But dude, there's not one rap song that does that anymore. That's like popular at all. And then you have these rappers like we'll cover in a second, Drake, like putting hits out on people and like being glorified. Like he's Mob Ties. He has a song called Mob Ties. Oh, am I in court? I'll just pay the judge off. And it's such a dark behind the scenes, and so many people can't talk about it. They get them to do like gay sexual acts, and then they can't talk. Almost everyone that's famous in the rap industry that's really, really big, they did something gay with like a Jewish executive producer or exec, or like, dude, it's definitely real. They do gay things behind the scenes, or they get them messed up and they get them to hook up with a dude or hook up with a underage woman. And then they kill their family members, or they get them to kill people and come up to them and say, look, we got proof that you killed this person. And then they tell them what to say, and then they go promote all this nonsense to the youth. And bro, a bunch of boomers can be like, Austin, why are you talking about this? Well, I actually care about the world. I actually know the youth is being brainwashed by this, and this is the number one thing being used to brainwash the youth. And no one cares about your 50-year-old, they get what they deserve opinion, bro. These are 15-year-olds and 12-year-olds that are being brainwashed by this, and it's a very intricate plan to do that. And it's across all demographics and all groups of people. Like the youth in general is brainwashed by this. And of course, American rap controls the culture around the whole world. So anyway, he's going to cover the King Von guy to give an idea of this. And we're going to get into some of the more specific like rap industry conspiracies.
I didn't know to hurt black people till I got introduced to gangs. It was always go across the railroad tracks and go snatch a white person, go rob a white person's store, get a white bitch and pimp on them. We don't get no black woman and dog or homo. We go get them white girls and them Mexicans and do this kind of shit to them. We don't do the sisters like that. We went across the railroad tracks. So when I come home in 1998, man, niggas doing niggas bad. I ain't never been with that. When I got to a level of maturity and I understood what gang banging was, I had a disdain for it. And nigga, we ain't banging on the Mexicans. We ain't banging on the white boy. Nigga, we used to fight skinheads, skaters, then gang banging.
See, and it's like you calling white people skinheads, dude. Like, you know, I don't understand it.
Nah, I can fuck with you on that.
Shit, come on.
Right. You're right. We definitely.
We got a cousin, we got a brother, we got an uncle saying shit online. That's why I'm glad for y'all to ask me these questions in the interview. Because most of the time, I'm just bullshitting on that camera. I don't mean half the shit I say. I just be bullshitting for views. You don't get the real me till you book me for an interview.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
I'm getting the real Charleston now.
Yeah, you getting the real me. But I don't give a damn about his mama. She didn't give a damn about the mamas when he was killing. See, my mother would never let me and my brother forget the fact, man, mama, I don't seem like I'm gonna ever get out of here, son. You took somebody's life. If you don't ever get out of here, son, that woman can never get to hug her baby again. At least I still get to come see you, baby. That woman can't go see her son. So my mama would always remind her, we got a victim over there. Fuck what you going through, nigga. Y'all kill somebody.
Okay, this is not even valuable, honestly. Yeah. I saw another video. It was a short or something, but he breaks it down like real. It might be in there, but he explained what happened with the King Von guy. It's like, oh, Nipsey Hussle was finally like going and trying to make changes where it was like speaking out against like gang activity in inner cities and stuff like that. Guess what? And he was making a documentary on Dr. Sebi, of course, who showed you how to who said he could cure cancer with like natural diet changes, and actually was tried by the FBI, who has a 98% prosecution success rate, defended himself, there was like 7 different things he claimed he could cure. They said they couldn't, that he was lying about, and they were trying to charge him with. and then he had to bring in one witness to testify for each one, and he brought in, there were like 70 something people that came in. He won. Anyway, he was doing a documentary on that, and he was speaking out against gang violence, whatever. Gets killed. But how did he get killed? He got killed by, there was like a gang that said that he had to pay them to be protected, to be on it. It's such a tribal, primitive, nonsense mentality, right? Where it's like, it's everywhere now. It's everywhere. And this world is so crazy now that it's like promoted, bro. Like, you're hard if you kill people. If like you murder people. You're murdering someone, bro. And then you die. And then it's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault. Black men deserve to grow old too. Then stop glorifying where you kill each other. So stupid. All right, anyway. So there's a rapper. It's going to be hard to actually find this, but there's a rapper called XXX that died a few years ago. And here we go. Here we go. This might be good.
Drake killed XXX Tentacion. If you're not convinced yet, you will be after this video. Less than 2 weeks after X died, Drake went on tour. He called it the Assassination Vacation Tour. And then he drops this song, Come On!
SMS, XXX. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead?
X died of shots to the neck. That same summer on his album, he rapped Louis bags in exchange for body bag. X was wearing a Louis Vuitton bag when he died. There's also a really weird photo of Drake and Ski, obviously X's best friend, taken right after the murder. XXX Tentacion literally said, if anybody tries to kill me, it was at Drake. I'm snitching right now. Do you really think that Drake could have done this? Let me know. Add the sound, DM me on IG, I'll respond to
Okay. Now, I get it. Everyone's like, you get, like, everyone gets caught up in, like, the whole rap thing. That's the spell. It's like, oh, what did Drake do? But it's an interesting story, right? So, XXX was a rapper. He was in jail. Drake had a DJ and a manager, or DJ reached out to his manager, wanted to connect with him, blah, blah, blah. And then took, like, his flow from his song, put it out. Then the dude goes around and starts... Nip faked his death. There was no blood on scene. That's some gravy. I don't know how true that is. He faked his death and just left his wife there. Anyway, Drake pretty clearly had XXX killed, and it's like this. It's not just like this, like, oh, gang violence thing. It's like this occultic sacrifice thing. Okay, they. It's not funny. Well, like Kanye's kind of talking about it. He even said, my mom was sacrificed. Michael Jordan's son. And he's naming these people. You can look at Aaliyah. You can look at the baby, the rapper. As soon as he gets famous, his dad dies the same day that his album goes #1 for the first time. You know, you have MGK. If all of a sudden blows up, becomes famous, dad dies that same time. They sacrifice people. It's this weird blood ritual. Like a cultic practice, and then these rappers, they're actually on this lower level where they kind of elite people. They use messengers. They give them a little piece of the info, a little piece of the rituals. They run around doing it, and so then people put together like, oh, Drake knocked him off, and people would sit here and casually talk about how they kill him. They're like, oh yeah, Drake had him killed. You shouldn't be messing around. But mob ties, blah 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 blah. Like, it's cool, and then you have all the children running around actually killing each other. The reason this is important is like it's ruining our society because it's the social norm now to literally murder people. And then when the murderer gets in trouble for murdering people, he's a victim. The white man's trying to hold the black man down, put him in prison. And then a famous rapper murders tons of people, gets put in jail for murdering people, and then it's like free Young Thug, and then they all, this is all propaganda, right? But it's like, and then it's like the president's not a good president unless they get the famous rapper out. So So since he's famous, he should be allowed to murder 12 people, and you should have to go get him out of prison. So this is the trick. They deserve to get in trouble. They deserve to be in prison. Back in the day, they would have just been killed. XXX, there's a video of XXX crying, saying that he's regretted selling his soul and other things about the industry. Yeah, he does. He talks about selling his soul, and he talks about what goes on in the industry regarding selling your soul. And so then XXX, like, basically, he comes out and he starts talking bad about Drake, saying he stole his soul, his song or whatever. And then so anyway, then he drops a video. There's all kinds of stuff, but the point is that they put it in plain sight. This just like they do with all the other psychological operations, where they use symbols and they use subtle, and then you have these rappers work their way up by like doing a bunch of gay stuff, then like having people murdered, sacrificing certain people in their family, doing these little rituals, and then like, you know, being a part of this, have people killed. So Drake knows that the people above him know that he had XXX killed. He knows that. Drake will never come out and be like, you know, actually they may have lied about the Earth. NASA's lying. Never. He can't. He had people killed, and they know who he had killed. He knows they know. But it's like, if he plays the game, he doesn't have to worry about it. You wonder why these people are so miserable, bro. It's not just because they're like, oh, I kind of like metaphorically sold my... No, they do gay sexual acts and then murder people. And then what do they have to do? They have to put in their music what they're told they have to put in there. And what do they put in there? They promote drugs and murder. And now we have, dude, it's like everybody, if you say how many bodies you got, people are like, are you talking about like how many people I slept with, or are you talking about how many people I killed? That is today's world. Today's world. And if you're a boomer and don't know that, it doesn't make it disappear. If you can notice that it's stupid, it is stupid. It doesn't mean that 99% of people under 30 don't know what I just said. If you say how many bodies you got, and people can't help but think like being ratchet is cool, bro. It's not. It's not, bro. You look stupid. Anyway, they're getting everyone this low, like atheistic murder type vibration so they can come fill it in with a new trick, right? But okay, so then anyway, so the story with the XXX thing, so it was a sacrifice, and he drops the song because it's like just like they have to do in the movies and the news, they have to put the truth in plain sight. It's the same part of these occultic practices where these rappers have to do the same thing, and they get wrapped up in it. There's no going back, right? And so he just straight up says like SMS, XXX, only time I shoot below the neck, and then of course it's coded with like, oh no, that's just about like shooting text messages. And some say it stands for, send my shooters or whatever. And then XXX is the dude's name. He releases a song right after, and he got shot in the neck. And of course, it's like the idea of like sending nudes or something in text as the cover. And then he puts out, he has lyrics come out that say like Louis bags in exchange for body bags. And then of course they ran up on XXX in his car, asked him for his bag with the money in it, and then shot him and took it anyway. Then he drops a music video where there's like a meteor that comes out of the sky and hits this guy, and it's XXX, and you see it for just a brief second. You had to have to like slow it down to actually see it. Takes XXX out. And he just dropped, and this is Drake. He's talking crazy about Drake online and stuff. And then he comes out with a song a few days ago, and he says, "That hoodie's fire, though." Thank you, man. My boy Mellow Dome, THC. And in the song Drake drops a few days ago, or maybe it was a week ago, he says 20, should I do 20 or 10, then 10 again, break it down and do 5, then 5 again, or something like that. And so you get 3 10s, which is XXX, of course, in Roman numerals. And then right after he says that, because I can't really play these songs or anything, right? But right after he says that, he says, if that boy wouldn't have been talking so crazy on live, he'd probably still be alive. And then, so he just admits that he does it, right? He's just like openly admitting that he does it. And the song Mob Ties, it basically says he killed him. And then you have Who's like the most famous two rappers? You got Biggie and Tupac that started it all pretty much. Just murder people. Just talk about murdering people. Can you name a famous rapper that doesn't talk about murdering people? It's all about murder. See, it's darker than like in my song In the Field, I'm like, geopolitically, we're in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers, actors. So rappers are actors. Said a sip with pills. Glorify suicide till they get the deals. Big Pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. It's deeper than that, though. It's like this deep occultic, like satanic murder. They want people murdering each other, bro. It's like, it's a spiritual war. And you should understand how like important that, like how impactful like murder is in the spiritual realm. Like you can go back to the beginning where Abel's blood cried from the ground, bro. Right? And I just think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that these rappers get away with this, honestly. But all right, let me come over here. And Kanye is coming out like basically exposing this right now, and I wonder why. See, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense to me that he's like being told to do it. They get their talents from demons as well. Well, a lot of these people are like naturally talented. Like LeBron James isn't good at basketball because he's possessed by a demon. 50 Cent, yeah, of course, murders people, famous for getting shot and murdering people. What does Eminem get famous rapping about? Murdering people. Can you name one that doesn't talk about murdering people? Can anyone? There's maybe a couple. Human sacrifice in ancient times and now modern times. Yeah. But it's not just rap celebrities, though. Well, I never said it was just rap celebrities, so. It's all of them. Yeah, but not all of them are the ones controlling all of society to actually murder people. It's pretty much only rap. Yeah, Drake was just like that goofy dude on Degrassi, and all of a sudden he's like some gangster. LeBron is good at basketball because magnetic balls and rims. Look into it. LOL. I don't think that's real at all, personally. So, is it possible? Yeah, I guess, but I don't think it's real. Look into it. I did look into it. All it is just a claim that people say. They don't have any evidence for it. So, you know, as someone who actually used to play sports, like, I just know that to rig a game completely is like impossible. You can rig the refs. You can't. Yeah, anyway, Drake's not just goofy. He's like pretty clearly like very, very metro and gay. And like, it's whatever. But the point is that they're trying to promote that. They're trying to promote it. And they're getting everyone to do it. And like, that's what they do. When you start to blow up, they pull up on you and they say, do this, do that, do this. And then they come up to you and they say, wait, well, what do you think you were about to say? You're not about to say that. All right. This is kind of random rap conspiracy here. What's crazy too is we're like, a lot of us are like detached from the Matrix and like the psyop, and like almost all of us know Drake is gay. No, he just likes to buzz hearts in his hair. He's totally legit. But we know about this stuff anyway. That's pretty funny if you think about it. Like, that's how powerful it is. Like, we know these rappers' names. We know. Now, maybe not everyone in here does, right? And I'm kind of envious of you in a way, but yeah, like everyone my age knows, man. All right, so, and there's another part of that's, you ever read Machiavelli, like, there's a whole conspiracy. Michael Jackson didn't actually die. Tupac didn't actually die. Juice WRLD didn't actually die. And it's like, oh, you're just saying, like, every mainstream rapper is gay or bisexual or has done gay things, yes. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Yeah, that's a good example of something outside of rap. Yo, they're censoring anyone talking bad about Drake. Well, how funny is that? All right, let's play this.
The melodic, half-spoken, half-sung, emotional delivery and writing is the sound of the late 2010s and beyond in hip-hop, thanks to extremely popular, influential, and innovative heavy hitters like Drake, Post Malone, Travis Scott, and Juice WRLD, the latter of whom had a prolific career that ultimately proved very short. Juice WRLD's first full-length studio album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, arrived in 2018 and hit number 4 on the Billboard Albums chart, launching the hit singles Lucid Dreams and All the Girls Are the Same. Later in 2017, his mixtape collaboration with Future called World on Drugs did even better, hitting number 2 on the Billboard 200. And then he finally topped this same
No one cared.
A few hours later, he was pronounced dead. The plane around this time, and while walking through the terminal, suffered convulsions, with blood pouring out of his mouth. A federal agent connected with the search administered Narcan, an emergency medicine that can end, lessen, or alleviate an overdose of opioids. The Narcan wasn't effective, and Juice...
Someone said Jake Paul is Lil Peep. No, he's not, man. No, he's not. You guys gotta pump the brakes on saying things like that, like it's such a definitive fact, bro.
WRLD was rushed to Christ Medical Center in the Chicago suburb of Oak Lawn, where, a few hours later, he was pronounced dead. Per the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office...
So anyway, one of the conspiracies is that this guy also faked his death, and I think it's very possible that he did. So we're gonna come back over here.
Here's why Juice WRLD is actually still alive. First off, in 2017, he tweeted that he wanted to get famous before faking his own death. He also mentions John Lennon in a ton of his songs. Now, John Lennon died on December 8th, 1980, and it's no coincidence that Juice died on December 8th, 2019. Juice also says he's not making it past 21 in the song Legends. And as you know, he died at 21. But it gets crazier because in 2019, he released a song called Ring Ring featuring this artist named Clever. Now, Clever just announced he's dropping an album featuring Juice. Now, I want you to read the first letter of each song. It spells Juice WRLD is alive. I'm not kidding. Here's why Juice WRLD is actually still alive. First off...
So yeah, and there's a lot into that too. Like he pretty clearly didn't. It seems like he didn't actually die. Like the story is that he got caught with a bunch of weed and a bunch of pills. He took a bunch of the pills and he OD'd and he died. But it's like, I don't think so. The world's a stage and they use these rappers and they fake their deaths. And you know, who knows where they go? There's probably an island somewhere or something, but and I know that sounds crazy to people, but I don't know what to tell you, man. You're brainwashed, bro. So it's an occultic practice, and it goes back. And Tupac faked his death too. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason it's important is it's like this is the number one thing being used to control society. Like this is more impactful to control society than like politics, almost, right? Like maybe not quite, but. Yeah, Coolio is one of the people I was going to show too. He did call some stuff out and then died right after it. I didn't know he called out big names, so if you can tell me what to look up video-wise, then I'll play it. So I'll have to kind of just tell you about Tupac. You can't find any of the... Maybe this will show some of it.
The unsolved murder of Tupac Shakur is to this day one of the most widely debated homicides in music history.
This guy's not covering anything. So anyway, Tupac, I mean, a lot of people claim he was like an actor. I think he was too. I think he was like put in plays. And I used to think Tupac was like dope, okay? When I was young, to be honest, I did. When I was young, I thought Tupac was cool. And then I realized his music was just all right. But I remember being like, wow, this dude would walk in and make like 3 back-to-back songs, one take. And when I was young, I was brainwashed, bro. I was brainwashed. And, you know, if I was ever like in the hood, people would ask me like, my favorite rapper, I'm like, Pac. And I thought I was woke because it's like he would call out some of the rich people and stuff like that. But anyway, Tupac faked his death. And so like his last album, he drops it under his new name, which is Machiavelli, which he had tatted on his neck. Of course, Machiavelli is a story about faking your death to escape, like to basically escape the wrath of your enemies, then to come back 7 years later and like get revenge on them. So he literally changes his name that he drops the album under to Machiavelli, his last album. His last album is him on the cross like the Messiah. And then he said he's coming back like the Messiah. To expect me, I'm coming back with Jesus. And then he's even been like spotted in like Cuba. And you look into his murder, like the autopsy picture has been proven to be fake. Suge Knight comes out and says they actually paid the autopsy guy like $2 million to take off. So he cremated Tupac and then has never been seen from again. I think that's the case. He's never been seen from it. The dude who cremated him, the dude that did the autopsy has done like Michael Jackson's autopsy and a bunch of ones that seem to have not really died. And all this is to say, there are a bunch of grabblers behind the scenes. They control the music industry. They make you promote certain things. One thing you can't do is you can't call out a certain group of people that control the music industry. You can't call out Big Pharma specifically. You have to push drugs. You have to push suicidal thoughts. You have to push depravity, sexual depravity. And you have to push violence. And then they're now using them to push like transgender agendas and all this stuff. Where like Young Thug, the guy that's in jail, who got denied bond, he's like seemingly never going to get out of jail, whatever. I don't know if he was like starting to do something they didn't want him to, or he was like bucking the system or whatever. So they're like, I think that's what happened. Young Thug was like all for like he would wear skirts and wear dresses, and he was like pushing this like feminine type of propaganda on younger men, right? And I think that maybe he was starting to step outside of the box. And so what they do, they said, okay, dude, pull him in. We got the 50 murders you are tied to. You know, it's like you don't step against us. You deserve it though. You murder if you had something to do with 50 people being murdered. And then you're like, oh, this random innocent woman saw this crime. I must kill her too. And then brag about it. Like we're killing all the witnesses. You better not have seen it or you're dying. And they literally do it. They actually kill people, bro. I just think it's crazy. And so the world's like a stage. They put these people up and wow. You can't find any good videos anymore. All right, here we go.
Yeah, MAGA again here with another attack. And I guess this is a new YouTube craze going on right here. Mm-hmm.
That's a recent video.
Whatever. So, basically I'll just tell you some more of the stuff myself off memory here. So Pac he may be dead now, but he didn't actually die then. Same with Michael Jackson. I think we may get into a lot of gravy with that. I think I might do a stream with Hibbler, and we won't really cover that. Probably have to be on Rockfin. I think that'll be dope. What were you going to say about Biggie? Biggie and Tupac did the same thing. They just talk about killing each other. That's all I was saying. Is like the two most famous rappers, like Biggie and Pac. It's like, who's your favorite, Biggie or Pac? Like, neither. They just both talk about murdering people. P. Diddy talks about murdering people. Lil Wayne, murdering people. Name an artist that doesn't talk about... Look, I'll just go start reading lyrics. I can, like, okay, Lil Baby's one of the biggest rappers in the world right now. So we'll just look up Lil Baby lyrics. Don't have to plan it at all. You have 5-year-olds rapping these songs. And, like, not just like black people, like all young people. But it is aimed at the black community. It's like, how do people not see this? You want to talk about Black Lives Matter? Yeah, of course they do. So why are you killing each other and murdering your babies and like constantly? Why do you have a 5-year-old? Imagine me letting Aaliyah be like 2 years old and listen to Lil Boosie or Yo Gotti in the background. Imagine me having Aaliyah be 5 rapping to Lil Wayne. Are you serious? you're brainwashing those children, and it's like they use demonic frequencies that the music's made at. And I think that intention can overcome that, but like you're rapping so crazy on it. It's like, what do you expect? Let's just read some lyrics here. We'll just pick one random song here. I think rappers need to be exposed, bro. Like they need to be exposed. And like you, dude, Kanye, Ye's not some hero, dude. I'm sorry about it. I don't care if Owen Benjamin's talking to him. He's not a hero, bro. Okay, like just go read what he says on Twitter. Go read what you got a girl that gives good, better keep her around. Like just talking about just like randomly hooking up with women, randomly like basically paying for it, talking about watching porn all the time. It's like this, I mean, he's definitely, I promote what he's doing. I'm all for like him changing, but it's like you gotta stop talking like that. I'm not gonna act like you're some type of like hero or something. You're not. All right, I don't see the, not showing me lyrics. Run the money up. I'm my own boss. Try me. Look, right there. Just get straight into it. Try me. Them youngins will take your face off. I think I'm a junkie. I need rehab. I'm addicted to the lean. I went and get it with my team. Police, they was on me. Glad I hid where I hid. Can't sell doubt forever. Get the money and quit. All right, we don't have to read this. It's just bad. You get it. Every rap song, bro. Yeah, Coolio didn't say any names, but it's still maybe worth watching it. So I'll give you an example. Like a guy finally comes out and speaks out. So he kind of grows up. He matures some. He starts singing like, bro, the gravy is all these rappers are doing gay stuff, bisexual stuff, and like occultic sacrificial murders. The fact that Kanye is coming out and being able to say that they do that, maybe he didn't do it, right? Like, I mean, it is crazy. It's crazy. Like, that is it. You have to really come up with like a reach of a conspiracy to be like that Kanye set up, because why would they want you to know that? Yeah, at least didn't rap about murder and stuff. Yeah, that's true. For the most part, he didn't really rap about murder. Or you can actually, I see, to research this, you would have to just go watch Depravity. I'm not really suggesting that. I'm just explaining that, dude, it's such a grabbler trick, bro. It's so crazy because if people that know, it's like, yo, how many bodies you got, bro? Oh, you don't even got any bodies. It's like, dude, everyone knows what that means, bro. Like a 12-year-old white girl in the suburbs knows what that means in 2022, bro. Okay, so it's like you would like think about the big picture. What do they really want? I mean, overall, it's just chaotic depravity. And then you have like the audacity. People have the audacity to be like, black men deserve to grow old. You murdered 15 people. Are we surprised that like you got in beef with someone else and then they shot you? Or like who just died? Takeoff from the Migos just died. They're shooting dice, and then they start talking trash to each other. They all got guns, and next thing you know, people getting shot. He dies. Black people deserve to die, to grow old. I agree. Everyone deserves to grow old, to have children and raise them and have a family and to grow old. But like, how is it the white man's fault? You know how stupid it is. Somehow it's like everyone else's fault. That's the whole trick, is like, that's even the trick with the word Satan, like the overly personified Satan. Although Satan does have character personification of the scriptures. It's over personified. It's not always a person or person. It doesn't matter. You did that. Did you mess up? You did it, bro. Not some boogeyman bad guy that made you do. No, you did it. You did it. Blueface is another rapper, just got arrested for shooting at people. Takeoff just died because he got shot by other people in Houston shooting dice. You got, who we talked about, Nipsey also got shot and killed, which was interesting timing, right, when he was doing the Nipsey Hussle thing. It's like all these rappers die. King Von, there's a lot of them. And then it's always like drugs or murder, and it's almost always like murder. And then there's somehow like, we need to glorify them, and nah, bro. No. All right, anyway, here, let's play some of this video. This is a pretty interesting video. This is another rapper starts exposing it. Wow.
And go there, being as though you were in the belly of the beast in the music industry. In the music industry, that whole conversation about the gatekeepers real, you know, the rituals, things people got to do, blood sacrifice thing. You know, I don't know if you got into all that, but can you kind of go?
Oh yeah, Pop Smoke, Young Dolph. There we go. I met Nipsey Doo was super tall. That's what's up. So yeah, you got Pop Smoke dies, gang violence. Young Dolph dies in Memphis in his hometown, getting shot up. Tupac grew up in activism. He was a Black Panther. He was a poet. He had talent. He was also a ballet dancer, and he started talking against the narrative, even against violence, not just black on black violence. I used to fall for the Tupac psyop too. I'm not hating on you if you want to believe it, bro, but Tupac was every one of his songs talking about killing people. Pretty much every one of his songs. He's got a couple that's not, right? Like, he does have a couple incredibly legendary songs. Like, we'll grow up as a race of babies that hate the ladies, and he does say some pretty woke stuff at times, but he talks about murdering people, and so then people grow up, they're like, oh, Tupac's the best rapper ever, then they listen to his songs and he just talks about killing anyone that you got beef with. So who gives? I get what you're saying, that you say you don't care. I already addressed that point, though. You don't have to sit here and watch the stream, my guy. Calm down, though.
There, being as though you were.
So this guy died shortly after this interview.
In the belly of the beast in the music industry.
I've read about all of that, and I only can say my truth. And you would think that with the height of success that I had and the things I was able to do, the amount of records I sold, and actually the amount of I don't want to say political power, but the amount of social power that I was able to achieve, you would think that I would be a prime candidate for this, just to be, so we could call it something, to be a member of the Illuminati or a member of the elite society or whatever. You would think that they would come at me, and I think they did it sideways though. Nobody never got at me directly and said, we want you to join us and we're doing this. That's never happened. But I will tell you, I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit.
See, he's already messed up. You're not allowed to talk about that. People only talk about this in private to people they trust. You're not allowed to talk about this, bro. But weak word alert.
I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit. And I was like, what? Man, why the fuck would I do that? That make no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as, I would never do that. So.
You messed up, bro. You're messing up. I mean, watch this, so I'm watching this with you guys.
And then right when there was some things that I was trying to do that I felt were important, things that I felt would help other people, shit started happening to me. Went to jail for some bullshit. Got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no time. No.
Oh, for some BS. You were innocent, bro. You didn't do anything. A white man's holding you down, man. You didn't do anything. I'm sorry that people get triggered, bro, but like you got to take accountability, man. Like I messed up back in the day. I used to live in Tennessee and I smoked weed a lot and I got in trouble for it. And I broke the rules, bro. Like whether they're acceptable or not, that's a whole question. But the point is, like, in life, you got to take responsibility for things, man.
Real time, but little shit started happening, you know? And I didn't even address the shit really, because who the fuck? When you know, and when you're a celebrity, bro, when something happens, whether it's true or it's not true, once it's been said, for most people it's true. Because people don't do research to find out if something is true about a person.
And let me also clarify, he may not have done anything wrong, bro. Like he honestly may not. We all know the court will like swoop you in and get you like caught up just because they have these little kangaroo courts and these little like maritime law loopholes and these corporate entity loopholes and stuff. So.
Or not, whatever they hear, they deem it to be truth. So I didn't go hard on, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. That never happened. I just let the shit die down, continued on my life. Also, I'm at a point right now in my life where there's a lot of shit I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared because
well, maybe you should get right with the creator.
I got 4 grandchildren, and I got children that are in this world. I got people I care about, and I got people that I care about.
That's how they get people too, by the way. They don't have to sit you down and say, I'm going to kill your family. Like with Joe Rogan, they just know. They know what they're not allowed to talk about.
That don't necessarily believe.
Someone said in the chat he also had a stream where he talks about adrenochrome.
What I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I have no fear of death. And I think that those that would oppose my beliefs, they've probably done enough. If somebody's after me or if somebody's watching me, then they know enough about me to know that I have no fear of death. So killing me don't mean shit. It just confirms that what I said was true. But I do have a fear of them hurting my family. So I'm quiet about certain things. I don't talk about everything I know because I don't want nobody in my family to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to my people. And if I owe them anything, I owe that to them. I owe them their lives, to be able to live their life and not be subjected to any type of harm because of something I did or said. It's already happened once. My oldest son did some time in prison, and he shouldn't have. It was his first offense. And I was going to court, and I seen people having cases that were way worse than his, and not even being their first offense, and them getting off. And they didn't have a better lawyer than he had. Some of them had fucking PDs, but they got off because whether they got off or not, it didn't matter to the world now. But by them doing what they did to my son, it made me. But just to make sure that it didn't happen again, I backed off. And now let me say, when I backed off, shit stopped happening. So I'm more inclined to believe that maybe I was right. You know, I mean, like I said, I can't say if it's true or not, but like I said.
All right, so this guy comes out, he starts talking about how they tried to get him to do some gay stuff. And then he died, you know. I saw someone say that he was on crack or something like that. Like that, he came out and said that the industry's run by like this Illuminati type of power. They came at him like inadvertently trying to get him to do some gay stuff, and he turned it down. And then he started kind of talking where he shouldn't have. And they came at his son, and then all this crazy weird stuff. They were following him around, and then he starts talking about this, and then he dies. So this happens consistently, bro. You're not allowed to talk about it, bro. Okay, so we'll watch this one. A few more videos. I'm not going to sit there for that whole 13 minutes and play that.
You have that in you?
Trying to preach side entertainment. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Kendrick Lamar, one of the most famous rappers.
Kendrick Lamar says a lot of people think he's trying to preach to them on his album, but in reality, he's just exposing his own flaws. Check out this clip.
For me, you feel what I'm saying? I think a lot of people get confused in thinking, I'm not going to even say a few people think it's just talk and it's just rap. No. These are my experiences. When I say gang banging made me kill a blacker than me, this is my life that I'm talking about. I'm not saying you might not even be from the streets. I'm not speaking to the community. I'm not speaking of the community. I am the community. It's for myself. This is therapeutic for myself because I still feel that urge and I still feel that anger and that hatred for this man next door, because I got to get a call knowing that somebody around the corner done did this to my partner. I still feel that. I still feel that hatred. I still feel that ill will to want it to do something.
Do you have
What? You're demonic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just said he killed someone. Now he still feels the ill will to do something.
This is therapeutic for myself because I still feel that urge and I still feel that anger and that hatred for this man next door, because I got to get a call knowing that somebody around the corner done did this to my partner. I still feel that. I still feel that hatred. I still feel that ill will to want it to do something.
Do you have that in you? Do you feel like you have that in you?
All the time. I can't forget 20 years of me being in the city of Compton. So when I say these things, it's therapeutic for me. It's making me remind I need to respect this man because he's a black man, not because of the color that he's wearing. That's what I mean. So I say this all the time, for people who take that out of context or take anything I say out of context, and I'm not even blaming the magazines, I'm blaming the people listening to it or reading it. Know who I am first, understand where I come from before you make any remarks, because I've been through a lot and I've seen a lot, and where I come from, I did a lot to tear down my own community.
Wow. So
for you to not recognize that and see 100% flip, please learn it.
Okay, well, I'll give you that. Like, I mean, I'm not anyone's judge. So here he is mocking the Messiah. So that's how you know you can trust him. Oh, they got diamonds in it. Totally legit, bro. Totally legit, bro.
Probably that public enemy. But this is my book, Analytics. It is 20 years of conversations and interviews with yours truly, Professor Griff, Minister of Information. I'm here at Black Nobel Bookstore in Philly. Now listen, y'all know and understand the history of Public Enemy. Philly, was our second home. We put it down in Philly. Lady B and some other people that came and surrounded us and brought us through and gave us the key to Philly. Not the key that you get from other people downtown. The Black Nobel key. You understand what I'm saying? The first chapter of the book, I did, I put a research team together to try to find the information on the first chapter of the book. Now, the first chapter was originally supposed to be the original interview that got me thrown out of Public Enemy. And the original interview that I did with David Mills, who's a big-time Hollywood writer right now, because he was the same brother that did the interview with Sister Soldier, that got Sister Soldier in trouble when she quoted Dr. Bobby E. Wright, the psychopathic racist personality, when he said, the only reason why blacks kill blacks because we haven't been taught to kill whites. So when Sister Soldier said that, Bill Clinton came after her, and y'all already know that story. Yes, sir. Well, anyway, I put a research team together to find the original interview that got me thrown out of Public Enemy, and guess what? I put two research.
Why you gotta kill someone, period? Like, the only reason blacks kill blacks is because they haven't been taught to kill whites. Why you gotta kill people?
The psychopathic race. So when Sister Soul's personality, when he said, the only reason why blacks kill blacks because we haven't been taught to kill whites. So when Sister Soldier said that, Bill Clinton came after her, and y'all already know that story. Yes, sir. Well, anyway, I put a research team together to find the original interview that got me thrown out of Public Enemy, and guess what? I put two research teams together. Can't even find the interview. And I defy anyone here to find it. These Jews got together and how they control the media, which stands for multi-ethnic destruction in America, or maniac European devils in action. They went around
It's from a Greek god.
the globe to all their newswire services and extracted that particular interview out from the public's view. You can't even find it. And if anyone can find it, call me. I think the thing that raised some eyebrows with people is when I dropped the information about Quincy Jones. I let the chips fall wherever they fall. That's right. This dude was one of the ones responsible. He had a magazine financed by Warner Brothers and the rest of them. He set up sex rings in Hollywood. And the people that he brought in, if y'all tell me if I'm lying, Quincy Jones brought in Fresh Prince. And his first movie was what? 6 Degrees of Separation. Brought in Queen Latifah. Set it off. Queen Latifah set it off, licking and kissing on women. Are you following me? Yes. Tevin Campbell. His little sweet ass up and down Hollywood Boulevard. Got caught in the park. Thank you. And last but not least, when Tupac came to Hollywood, it was the homosexual ritual. This is where the homosexuals came out against it, but I didn't mind. I wasn't talking about homosexuals. I'm saying there's a homosexual ritual that they go through in the Illuminati secret societies, and it is. So when I mentioned that,
See, that's facts, bro. That is a fact.
The Illuminati,
you can just read their literature for hundreds of years. It's not something new. We have to overcome the duality of dark and light, good and evil, male and female, gay and straight.
Secret societies, and it is. So when I mentioned that about it marrying itself on to hip hop, they said, "Well, can you prove it?" Yeah, go back.
Is this guy a professor like Dave?
And go online and read where Tupac said he was asked by Quincy Jones to fuck him in the ass. When Tupac said no, that's when Tupac was marked for death. Why? Because Tupac was engaged to Quincy Jones's daughter.
I see. I actually agree with this. I think that Tupac did mess up. He came out. He started talking about, like I said, they portray him as some gangster, and he was a ballet dancer and stuff like that. But anyway, he spoke out about Quincy Adams trying to get him to do, different sexual things, and then I think that they basically were going to put a hit out on him. He told people close to him they're going to try to kill him, and so he found a way to get out before they killed him. But anyway.
Quincy Jones's daughter best friend was Aaliyah. Aaliyah was engaged to Dame Dash. Now, if y'all follow these people back, all of them either died or was brought to ruin. Who creates and manufacture these trends? Brothers of Sagging, which y'all know is nigga spelled backwards, right? And what they did was marry the criminal culture in jail onto the street culture and made it part of hip hop. So now, homosexuality is on the rise, and they made the new cleavage became the butt crack.
Homosexual mom.
Are you following me? Let's not be stupid. There's 15, 20 of us in this room. Somebody in here is the agent. Don't start looking around. But somebody in here is just in here that's going to take this information to the government. And we can't be stupid. Everywhere we go, is that one person that's in the audience that's going to take that information back. And we got to know and understand that's just a reality. Until we set up an infrastructure to deal with their ass, they're going to be here. That's right. Are you following me? So we have to do that. It's in hip-hop also. The brother that was part of the hip-hop cop task force, he admitted going past belief. Okay. They had designed that particular experiment to shift the plates up under Iran at the behest of the Mossad in Israel. The Mossad is like the CIA in America. That's right. Like the MI5 and MI6 in Britain and in England. Okay. All right. So they was experimenting with the Heart Project to move one of the Teutonic plates that's under Iran. So that devastation that you've seen in Haiti can happen in Iran. You can easily dispute what I say, but when it's in black and white, it's hard to refute this. Are you following me? It took him 12 years to write this book. He gave me the original. They mentioned it in the DVD about the hip-hop car, and they said that if rappers didn't shoot one another up, somebody didn't get raped, or somebody didn't get robbed, they would provide an incident for something to go down because they were setting hip-hop up for destruction. Now, this homo dude, hold that, what's his name? Puffy, P. Diddy, whatever he called himself this week. He was one of the ones that orchestrated some of these things. Now listen, there was a gentleman that he hooked up with, a fashion designer, a gay fashion designer, who put the implantable biomicrochip inside of the tag on the jeans. And what they did was they put a medium tag on a large jeans. So when the brothers went to go buy the clothes, they would sag and they'd naturally be big. So then when information came out on how they were tracking the rappers in every city via your cell phone and via the implantable biomicrochip. Okay. So what they did was they put a dossier together 500 pages thick. It's in a you have the DVD rap sheets?
Nah, that's out. I had it though.
Inside of the DVD rap sheets, the white boy, he wrote a letter and made a couple of phone calls and emailed the Miami Police Department and the New York Police Department, and they sent the dossier to the white boy. He put it in a book and took a camera to follow him around, and he went to all of the rappers that were in the book, and he talked to them about that, and they were shocked. When the shit go down, snatch it, and let's go meet somewhere and defend ourselves. Are you following me? Yeah. Are you following me? Yeah. That's what we need. We need a contingency plan. They got one. That's right. Absolutely. I go to these little white boy preparedness meetings and gun shows and shit. They ready.
This is why you will never actually elevate, my brother. They, in this false binary, this person behind you look half white, bro. You're light skinned, bro. They have it. You mean they understand how to properly shoot weapons? Sure, there are crazy white people. There are crazy black people. There's no such thing as white and black people. I did a stream on it. You should check it out. You don't understand that as you think you're waking up because you're finding out some truths that they do control the industry, you still fall into this binary of black and white. Yeah, that'll make you woke, bro. That makes you confused.
Cases and cases of bullets. For what? Did you see on the internet where they had thousands and thousands of coffins in Georgia, in South Georgia, already ready? Whoa. So it's going down. Are you following me? So we have to understand this particular dynamic, man. I love y'all to life. I'm glad y'all came out.
But you don't understand it. You're saying it's white people that have it planned? Like you're lost, my dude.
Purchase the book. The information is definitely
Purchase my book.
Support the brother. Love y'all to death. Love y'all to life, man. Love you too. All right, peace, man. Give thanks. All right, give thanks.
I mean, I just don't even get it. But he did talk about some stuff that's true, which is like that whole agenda, right? It's like, why now ask yourself, why do they want to push the homosexuality thing? Why would they want to push that? How does that benefit them? Them being the powers that be. Why would they want to push that? Because you stop making babies. So obviously the best thing that they can have is homosexuality and abortion. right? And so they promote it, and then they have you kill each other, and then they have you get addicted to drugs, and they make you do crimes, and then go to prison, then whine about it like you didn't just murder someone, you were murdering people and shooting at people for 20, 30 years of your life, 15 years of your life, bragging about it, getting on social media and telling on yourself, getting in a rap song and telling on yourself. And it's gone unchecked. How can I get kicked off of everything for saying, actually, there's a certain group of people that seem to control all the wars, the banks and the media, whoop-de-whoop. This is what they believe. This is their occultic practice. Stay organic. Don't be getting jabbed up with all kinds of random crazy poison that they come out with just because they try to trick you into it or scare you. And if you do, learn from a mistake quickly and back off of it. And how can I try to genuinely help out my fellow man and show them things that we're discovering? And I get kicked off everything. You got people that kill people, brag about killing people, and literally brag about it in their music, and then they don't even get in trouble for it. They sit there and admit it. Yeah, there's a rap bar, it was Tuesday night on the corner of the 8th block of Chicago, and then I shot somebody 7 times with my 9mm. Then I pulled out the 45. We were in a black Suburban. We busted a left on this street, and it's you still don't get in trouble. How do you not get in trouble? And then a whole house of cards falls on Young Thug. He probably didn't play the game for a second. They're like, I'm not playing with you, bro. You're in jail now. Or they just if it happens, it happens. We're not going to tell on you even though we know it. But if you are so sloppy that the people that are lower down in the system, like the cops and stuff, they catch you. We're not going to do anything about it. I think that's probably the most probable situation. And then Young Thug's getting in trouble for stuff he did in 2015. And he's never going to get out. He's never going to get out of jail. And no, you don't teach children that we need to it's because the white man controls the system. That's why Young Thug's in jail. Young Thug's in jail for killing black people. So where's your logic here? Why would the white man's plan be to use a black DA in Atlanta to go take a black man off the streets while he's killing other black people? That doesn't make any sense. You know how you get at the white man, you keep your babies and you have strong families and you have a strong male leader in the house and you have morality and you stand for what's true, and that's how you beat the white man, which is what interchangeable with really the system is how it's being used. So anyway, let me show you guys a couple more things. And the point is it's dark, bro. If you I think you guys may not really know how dark it is. They get in, and this is another thing though. Truthers get too carried away. They think everyone that's a rapper automatically did some of that. That's not necessarily true. It's they got a lot of them doing something. And so if you step out of line, you start talking too publicly about something you're not supposed to, then they may be like, yo, you remember we got this on you, walk that back, don't say this, go attack Ye right now, he's talking about this or that. And all right, let's see here. Jay-Z's demonic. What timing that you say that?
Streets is done. Like y'all, I got your president tweeting. I won't even meet with him. Y'all kill X, let Cinnamon live. Streets is done.
Y'all kill X, let Zimmerman live. And he said that on... Now, I'm pretty sure he's actually talking about Malcolm X, so... Which is funny if he's talking about Malcolm X, it says, and let Zimmerman live. But it's crazy if you're talking about Malcolm X, because Malcolm X called out a very group of people that you're not apparently allowed to talk about, and Ye's calling out getting railroaded for. Then you have the other rapper called Tyler, the Creator, who is just pushes the gay agenda super hard. You have Lil Nas X, obviously pushing that agenda super hard. So in summary, here's the point. This is the reason that I covered it. To me, this is actually overall petty, low vibrational thing. You got to really oh, this famous person's name is this, and they did this, and they did this, and blah, blah, blah. But the reason that I feel it's important is like, I'm telling like younger people that are watching this channel, you should know that these people, for one, they don't really care about you. They're typically pushing a life they don't fully live. I mean, they don't walk around the corner with their guns out, like just going around shooting all kinds of people all the time. Most of them, they end up getting into Hollywood somewhere, and then they just push that anyway. Secondly, some of them do actually live it, and it's being engineered by people that have it out for you. And so it doesn't make you cool to tat yourself up head to toe, carry a gun around that you don't know how to use, and then try to kill everyone, taking drugs, and then sleeping around with everyone, and then getting a girl pregnant, and then paying for her to murder her baby. It's a setup. They don't want you to have strong families, so they're promoting the gay agenda. They're promoting, because you obviously can't make babies that way. And it's much easier to control someone if they're not masculine and if they don't have children or a wife to defend. And that's a big part of crippling society, is removing the masculine men. Do you think it's a coincidence that hip hop, which was in theory like the most like rebellious, anarchist, like anti-government genre ever, like the most like speak the truth, say whatever you want to, call out the system, call out that has turned into, that's what it's like started as, that's the illusion of what it's supposed to be, has turned into it, everything that it pushes, everything that the agenda is pushed through hip hop. Everything that the elite agenda is for society is pushed through hip hop. You think it's a coincidence? You think it doesn't matter? You may think it doesn't matter. You may think hip hop is stupid, and I feel you. Do you care about society though? Do you care about what's going on around you? This is like the number one media tool being used, combined with like mainstream news channels and stuff. And so what do they push? They push transgender agenda, right? They got the rappers wearing really, really tight skinny jeans, and like, look, most of you guys know this, but so skinny jeans and skirts and dresses and stuff like that. Why are they doing that? They want younger men to think that's cool or something. So you got this rapper here. And here you go. What's up with what's he wearing now? What's this? Paints his fingernails. And then, of course, Young Thug was one of the main ones to first come out wearing a dress and then wearing the really, really tight skinny jeans and stuff like that. So they pushed that whole like dress like a girl thing, right? Because now it's portrayed now that's like you're soft or you're not confident if you think that's sketchy or sus or something. It's like, nah, bro, you're pushing an agenda way deeper than you, and it's about the same principle of the Baphomet, which is overcoming the duality of gender and stuff like that. And it's sexual confusion, and people don't understand themselves, so they're pushing that. Rap's pushing that. We'll check that box off, okay? Like the homosexual thing, they're pushing that. Now they're actually having rappers come out and say it after, like, you know, building a name for themselves for a while. Then, you know, actually they're making them give off those tendencies anyway, because they're actually doing some of the stuff behind the scenes. And they push this on these different rappers behind the scenes. And it's this big secret that all these people have to enter that realm to be able to really make it. Okay, check that box off. They promote like mental illness, depression, suicide, like psychopathic thoughts. Obviously, that there's an agenda that they would benefit from if you were suffering from mental illness. Check that box off. Okay, cope with these mental issues via hardcore drugs from Big Pharma, because I mean, no matter what drug you're using, like where do you think all the drugs come from? Who do you think brings them in here into this country and stuff? And like, where do they come from? How do they get here? You think they have no cut in that? That's ridiculous. And then you have the biggest drug dealer in the world, which is Big Pharma. So you got Percocets, Xanax, cough syrup, you know, lean. Well, who do you think makes money off that? It's the same people that own the music industry. Then they promote a crime lifestyle. So they promote like robbing people, shooting people, blah, blah, blah. They promote murder. Of course, they want you killing each other, filling up their private prisons. Who owns the private prisons? The same people that own the media, the same people that own the music industry, the same people that own Big Pharma, right? It's not a coincidence that they own every sector that rap is making money for, that is promoting. And it's not a coincidence that they push all the societal norms that would benefit the powers that be. And it's just, I think most people should know that, but people seem to not. Same people seem to listen to it, not notice. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you don't see what they're doing? I used to listen to rap. I get it. But it's like, there's not much rap to listen to now that's not doing that. And it's unfortunate, but the art form has died. Like the genre is dead for the most part. There's not really people you can listen to. And I think you need to realize there's also something that they do where they actually cast spells over the tracks before they release them. And these are like demonic lyrics, and I could do a whole freaking video on like all the different famous people saying that they sold their soul, that they work for Satan, that they like summon lyrics, that they actually cast like spells over the actual songs before they put them out. Kanye made a song called Dirty Money, yeah. Which, what does dirty money mean? It means illegal money, right? It means doing, like, committing crimes to make the money or whatever. So, like, I guess my point is that this is all pushing, it's deeper than you may think, and it's all pushing this crazy stuff. And then these people really are calling hits on people, really having people murdered. It's like they want a culture that's desensitized. Of course, what's the other thing that rap pushes? Sexual depravity. You just sleep with everybody. Sex doesn't mean anything. Sleep with as many people as you can. They get pregnant, take a plan B, or have an abortion. None of it matters. How many women can you sleep with? And if you get them pregnant, just keep it pushing. Who cares? And it's like, get the women to go sleep around with tons of men. Then their value decreases, and then it throws off the balance when they should be actually, like wives that take care of their husband and that are valuable and maintain their value and stuff like that. Travis Scott, of course, yeah, he also had like this ritualistic thing go on at his concert where a bunch of people died, and it was like super demonic. It's endless. It's all of them. It's all of them. So I got a couple Grammys, but I sold my soul to get them. Eminem, there you go. Even Ye, at one point, Kanye says on stage, like, I covered it in my Kanye West stream, like, yeah, I sold my soul. It sounds like a crappy deal, but at least it came with a couple toys like a Happy Meal. It's just crazy. Do what thou will. Yeah, exactly. Then yeah, take off. I covered that a second ago. Take off just recently died. And now what they have is they push this agenda through. Any agenda they need to push. So they push like the idea of Biden. Like, that's a whole psyop, right? Like, we're not stupid with the whole election. If you've woken up, you realize it's just to distract you. Politics is. But they want you to agree with the leftist ideology. That is for sure. They want everyone to kind of agree with the leftist ideologies, and the people that think they're on the right to move more and more towards those ideologies, because depravity is the ultimate goal, as is like nihilistic, narcissistic materialism, because they're going to come in with a spiritual trick to replace it. So they push that. Ye comes out and talks about the people that control these industries that are benefiting off of the rap. This is all you need to know that there's something way deeper than what the normies will call you a conspiracy theorist for this. There's something way deeper going on. If a guy who came out of that industry comes out and says, like, look, the same people that own this industry, own the music industry, own the fashion industry, own the big media, own the banks, gets kicked off the bank, gets his bank taken away, gets kicked out of the music industry, kicked out of the fashion industry, right? Gets censored on social media. And then his main thing he's saying is, all of these people that are athletes and artists, they're getting signed by this group of people that are screwing them over, and they want them to push like what is detrimental to our own community, where we murder our own babies and we murder each other. And they're profiting off of that, off the traumatization of that, and then filling up their private prisons, right? And he's speaking out against how they're getting screwed over in their deals, where they can't talk, they can't say anything. And then what happens? Those people that he's standing up for, saying they're getting screwed on their deals, let's sit down with the biggest people, look at their deals, expose what's going on here. He's trying to stand for those people. Those people come out and speak out against him. You have to be kind of dumb at that point to not realize, well, what he's saying is true, and they actually do control these people, and they actually told them to go speak out against him. And so, yeah, it's crazy because just a few people will control millions of people, and they're pushing everything, and they attack the black community to an insane degree, and they can manipulate the black community so much because they're so culturally relevant. They lead the culture. Like, they have a huge impact on where culture goes, and so they manipulate and control them. And so it's like, what's her name, Lizzo? It's like, oh, let's have a black girl, make her like the spokesperson or some type of idol figure, and be like, embrace how she's fat. Like, it's a good thing, so we can get people to be unhealthy. So like, okay, there's your idol. It's like, be unhealthy and brag about being overweight. It's a good thing. Actually, try to be overweight, right? Have this person who's like tatted head to toe. There you go, model, idol. Where it's like Cardi B can't even speak proper English and just randomly like blurts out sounds and like embraces being super ratchet, crazy like lifestyle that she promotes. Prop her up as like, oh, she's talking to the president. Here's who the young girls should look up after. And so it's just crazy because these people are being put in place to lower the vibration and to make an overall degradation of society happen. And then behind the scenes, it's this really dark, occultic, satanic, spiritual war with like all kinds of rituals and crazy stuff going on. So there's kind of my take. So within that, you're going to find all kinds of conspiracies that are actually true, where they fake their deaths to try to get out of it, where they begin to speak out and they die. They feel like they have to fake their death before they get killed, right? They're just trying to get out of it. Or people try to speak the truth, and then all kinds of crazy stuff happens to them. There's a whole bunch of conspiracies in it because it's this crazy dark world. And if music is coming from there, running through these same music producers and these execs that have to allow it and push it through and stamp it. And then there are people telling you that they literally, I forgot what it's called, but they cast like spells over it, right? Before they put it out. You should probably be careful as to what you're really listening to, and you should at least make sure you have like an intention to expose it, or like once you spot something bad in the music, don't listen to it, and understand that it's like this crazy deep spiritual attack on you. There you go. That's my take. And like I said, I know that this is in a way truth or low hanging fruit. It's basic 101 stuff, but I figured I'd cover it. It's like a very dark, crazy world, and like, it's for sure that way. And I know a few people, man, and I haven't talked to all of them about like this in depth of the details, but I can assure you it's very real. It's very real, and they try to get them to do crazy stuff. They try to catch them up in situations where it's like, oh, are you speaking out? Come to this private party at this private house, this mansion on this private island. Let's work out a deal. Like, oh, come here, let me fix you a drink. Oh, wow, did you wake up on the 4th floor tomorrow morning with a little girl beside you? That's crazy. And or no, let me pick you up at your house in a nice car in the back seat with the producer. I think you're going to talk about a deal. And he's like, okay, do this for me. Okay, we're going to go meet these people, do this and do that. Okay, well, if you want to be famous, you're going to have to listen to what we say. And then their loved ones come up missing, come up dying. Their son comes up missing. They start speaking out. Their son goes to prison. And it's crazy because they can't really speak out. And that's why Ye right now is kind of an anomaly in a way. And I'm not like amping it up a lot, but I'm saying it's very interesting to see what's happening. If that's part of the plan, then it means they want everyone to start to notice that they're doing it, because they have another plan even bigger than we know right now. I think most of this is actually, Owen calls it like grabbler football. I think it's kind of grabbler football, but it's actually like spiritual chess going on. These people are just pawns, and they don't know that they're being put in place for bigger moves. But there's my take on the whole thing. Now you guys know where I stand, because you've heard me rap. I do like rap in principle. It's like always been my favorite genre in the sense I think it's like the pure, I wouldn't say, so like other music hits like way better, right? Like it's just way more impactful emotionally and stuff like that usually, but I think I do like rap because I think it's like a very efficient way to get things across, but that's my take overall. It's like 99.9% of rap is trash, and then no one's really dropping like truth bombs. Most of them can't even say like witty entendres or like metaphors, and it's just awful. And yeah, it's a much more precise attack on you than you may know. I think most of the truthers in here probably do know this though. In a world. So there you go. That's my take. That's my take on the rapper gravy. They get wrapped up in all kinds of crazy nonsense. And like I said, I know this is not like a really like a crazy deep gravy subject, but now you guys know. Tyson James, Bryson Gray, NF are all great rappers. NF is pretty good. He doesn't talk about crazy stuff. So yeah, NF's not bad. NF wants to come out and talk about the earth, and we'll holler at him. But no, NF's not bad. Rap is powerful if the message is truth. Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure. That's why they attack it, because it's also powerful if the message is not truth. Yeah, feels me. Can we talk about some flat earth? No, it's already been 2 hours. I'm about to wrap the thing up. I do have some like flat earth gravy I want to cover though. So I'll just wrap this up and tell you guys what all's going on. Trying to work out the debate and figure out what I'm going to do, what's going to go on with the Professor Dave thing. Protect Tom McDonald at all costs. He's not bad, yeah. Oh, it's powerful to people who like rap, which is honestly majority of the younger generation. That's 90% of people 35 and under. You're a blessing, Wits. Thank you. So, got to work out the Crucible debate. Oh, I actually got deleted off that Discord he was contacting me on, so he's gonna have to find me again somehow. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. The Crucible debate. I'll try to figure out how to get in contact with him. So some more debates coming up. We're gonna have some more like gravy streams instead of like this stream. We're gonna have more gravy coming up this week. That should be really cool. Yeah, you guys get it. Pretty much it. I'm still trying to work out the whole website and app and everything, but we got stuff coming. I'm in a minority. Yeah, you are a minority if you're sub like 30 and you don't like rap at all. Tom be spitting. Yeah, he's not bad. Tom does have some pretty good lyrics, yes. Take the money with Professor Doolittle. Yeah, I might. Simple math, my friend. It's your earth. It's a perfect clock. This is true. Yeah, West Blaze music. ODD TV raps is pretty good. Never Sleep Again. Truth music is definitely way better. If you could get some of these like really big artists to that's why I think that B.O.B.'s Elements mixtapes might be the best mixtapes ever made. They just hit so different. All right, cool. So, like I said, I know it wasn't just a crazy stream. You guys kind of already knew that, but they do crazy satanic ritual abuses. The very, very, very high up people have deliberately done satanic ritual abuses. A lot of the other ones are just kind of like this kept at bay. They kind of know they've done a few crimes. They don't actually have to go cut their wrist over a pentagram and say a spell out loud or anything like that. They just have to murder someone, then have someone sign them, then come and tell them, well, we have proof that you murdered this person. We have proof that you stole from this person, that you guys robbed this person, that you shot at this person. So you do what we say, or you will go to prison. It's that simple. That way you don't even have to let them in on all the occultic groups. They're at this lower level vibration, and they just stay there. Another way is, of course, you get them to do like different depraved and sexual things behind the scenes. and then you have that on them forever, etc. And then these people promote all this nonsense to people, and then you have, it's like again, I'll say this part one more time. It's like, don't fall for the stupid trap where it's like, oh, black men deserve to get old. Yeah, they do. Stop killing each other, right? Like, and again, my point is that's the saying set, because of course 95% of rappers that are big are black, and it's like, if a famous rapper dies after bragging about murdering people for years, somehow he's the victim because he's still getting in gang violence, when normally it's like he killed someone and they came back and got revenge on them. And don't fall for this stupid I know a lot of people have stepped way outside of where that could get them, but a lot of people that haven't, you may be surprised. And even if you're not actually going out there doing it, consuming it and putting like subconsciously thinking it is cool or something is going to be bad for you. So there's my take. Don't fall for the grab list trick. It's like, oh man, it's like if a famous rapper goes to jail but murdered many people, it's like all the other innocent people that are in there for like small amounts of weed and stuff should have to stay there. But the president should go use his ability to get out the rapper because he's famous and stuff. It's like, and that's what Trump was doing. Everyone was acting like Trump was so cool because Trump was just getting famous, powerful people out of jail. I don't like jail. I don't like prison. I don't like privatized prisons. I don't like how they fill them up and ruin people's lives and the system's rigged and stuff. But if you're going around murdering innocent people, something's got to give. Back in the day, you would have been murdered. You would have been killed as a protective measure. So. Mr. and Miss Witsit must bring it musically. Divine pairing on many levels. Yeah, I mean, Kai's obviously much better. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Yep. Rap song of all time in the field. Thanks. Best and most true rap song. Thank you. I used to think Immortal Technique was cool, but then I grew out of it. Live by the TV, die by the TV. All right, cool. Thank you guys for kicking it. Like I said, just kind of like a chill. I just wanted to kind of, now you guys know where I stand on that. I think it's all really stupid. I think you're murdering each other. You want to go blame it on someone else. That's stupid. Take personal responsibility. Stop promoting violence. Stop promoting all the things that are killing yourself. And you don't got an excuse. And stop idolizing people that are promoting that very thing that is crippling your entire community. Duh. Bruh, it's a low-level grappler trick. It's not even good. So it's not even like wizardry. It's just hide. It's just like right in plain sight in front of everyone. If you want to support the channel, you can go to $WitsitGetsIt on Cash App. If you need an email for the PayPal, you can go to witsit@protonmail.com, or you can go to PayPal, paypal.me/InnerWorld. You feel me? And I'll read off all the chats. I always end up forgetting. I'll read the chats off tomorrow. I'm gonna check my PO box. If you send me something, I'll read off whatever you sent. If you send a letter or something, I'll try to check my PO box in tomorrow or the coming days. I think I have to go to the post office tomorrow anyway. Send my boy his camera back. Cool. Thanks for kicking it. We'll get more into like some super gravy. I think I have a couple subjects I'm going to cover this week that are going to be really, really cool. Like pretty crazy gravy. And yeah, we're getting to the point where we're going to really have everything worked out with the company and the app and the website and the different shows and stuff. So we'll eventually get it all popping off pretty good. Thanks for the fire stream, brother. No problem. Thanks for being here. Sing and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. So who cares what other people think? The truth's not popular. What's popular is not true. That's how it goes. So, and also just think for yourself. Don't let culture like guide you and lead you. And that's the whole point of the stream. It's there are some really shisty people behind the scenes kind of laughing at you like while they eat clean food and have like clean food sources or lots of land and agriculture and lots of children, and they take care of their children and set them up to succeed, and they would never abort their own child, and they understand the importance of family, and then they're just sitting over there like, get them. So you get it. Always a good time. Expose darkness where it is. Yep. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. It'll be more of a like probably in depth, or more of a like a stream or subject that has a little bit more depth. That's a lot of gravy, but Cool. Let me find. All right, cool. I love you guys. I'll catch up with you guys. Manana. Peace.
Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically